Oh, listen to that. Isn't it beautiful? Sound is back. And I am back to my Pokemon Crystal walkthrough. Hey guys, I'm DeoGenZ. We're back in Olivine City today, in the lighthouse, to rescue that Ampharos. That was our whole reason for going to Cianwood after all, was to get that medicine from the 500-year-old pharmacy. 500 years, god damn, 500. And to think, they only found 2 generations of Pokemon with 500 years, and then all of a sudden, every year seems to be a new generation. Funny how that happens. Anyway, we just have to backtrack all the way up. All the way up. That's right, there were no elevators back in the day. They weren't invented yet. No, they were. They were just only being used in the battle tower and the department stores. They weren't instituted within the lighthouse yet. Will that medicine cure Amphi? Yes, it will, I hope. It is a secret potion, so the effects of it, I guess, are secretive too. Can't be sure until you slam it down Amphi's throat. And hopefully he doesn't have a seizure. Okay, Amphi. It's a secret. But don't have a seizure. Alright. Paloo Paloo. I like what Ampharos has to say. Paloo Paloo. Imagine you went around all day and that was your language. You just had to do different variations of Paloo. Paloo, Paloo, Paloo. What are you doing? I'm Palooing. What does that mean? Paloo. Paloo, Paloo, Paloo. Okay, so you're watching a lighthouse, I guess. And there are a lot of windows along that wall. That's funny. It jumped out at me. After saying Paloo Paloo, why would that jump out at me? I don't know. But now Ampharos can guide ships along the Olivine Sea. Or actually, no, it might not even be the Olivine Sea. That's something in Pokemon they don't often talk about, are the names of oceans that you don't travel on. So any route that the SSN may go on, that you're living within it, it's the unknown sea. Alright, I believe we've got... Yes. Yep, we did. This was charcoal that I got from Azalea Town, back at the guys who gave us the HM for cut. If you went to their house afterwards, they say, "Thanks for helping us with the Farfetch'd. Here's some charcoal." Thank you for your help at the lighthouse. But this is different. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Jasmine, a gym leader. Really? I couldn't tell by you being in a gym here. I use the Steel type. Do you know about the Steel type? It's a type that was only recently discovered. Right, we were just discussing 500 years without any Pokemon discovery. May I begin? Yes, you may. Alright, guys, so for this battle, you notice there are no preliminary trainers to take on. And I always found that extremely weird. Yes, the Steel type was a new type, brand new, back in the day. And there weren't maybe that many options to choose from. I guess there was Magneton, Magnemite, Steelix, and Scizor. But you couldn't have included some grunts just for experience. I don't know, it was weird. They never even had a reason not to have trainers in there. It's just an empty-ass gym. I guess it's empty because people left tired of Jasmine caring about Lighthouse Pokemon more than they do her Steel type. Which is why, if you look closely on the left border, you'll see that black and white image is actually Ampharos. But, oh well. We don't have to worry about electric Pokemon this episode, though. Only Steel type. It's funny that Steel types are really... you know, they didn't, I feel, make a big stand, at least until the 4th generation. That's when they started compiling a good amount of Steel type Pokemon. And it was similar to Dark type, where there were Dark type out there, just kind of scarce. You're not going to find as many Dark types as you would, say, Water type or Fire type. But I thought it was really cool that they could discover other types of Pokemon. That was blowing my mind back in the day. Yeah, because before this, Magnemite only was electric. Goodbye, Mighty Might. Unfortunately for you, it's only made you weaker. But at the same time, it has strengthened it up. Because before, Magnemite would only go down with, or would go down only with an earthquake. Now you actually have to launch firepower at it. So long as you have a strong fire type on your team, or even a water type, because they're normally effective against the steel, then you should be okay. And what's that? Cyndaquil is evolving! Yep, he is. That's right, guys. It's Quilava time! I've had just about enough of not evolving. So it's time to have my starter go. Start the chain towards Typhlosion. And we receive a mineral badge. Ah, it's a great day. So it raises our Pokemon's defense, huh? That's funny. That's kind of a interesting side effect that I never really paid attention to when I was younger. Was that each badge actually had some ability to it to make your Pokemon stronger. I never noticed that. Oh, and Iron Tail, very good TM. I might consider teaching it to my Eevee. And also, unlike the classic retro titles of Red, Blue, and Yellow, we're the only ones. We have no rivals to witness tromping the gym before we do. So that's fun. It was always something to motivate the player, I feel, a lot more when you clicked on that little podium, that little stand that said your name as winner of this gym, and then Gary's name was right atop yours, or Blue, or whatever you named your rival. I always felt like that was a kick in the sack. Like, what the how'd he get here? I didn't see him on the way. It's funny because if you think about it, we were a lot like Charon and Belle, or not Belle, but Bianca. Charon and Bianca to Gary, or Blue, back in the day, like they are to us in Unova. We were just following around our rival, and that's what our rivals do to us. They just follow us around. So we were that annoying twerp that couldn't go on his own journey. Had to always follow the other rival. But that's funny, I just realized that. It all comes back around. So we've got extra time in this episode before the 15-minute limit is hit. I figure, hey, that was a rather quick gym battle. Let's keep going and discussing steel types. Because I'm not satisfied. Yeah, it was short, and I like to give you guys the most content. Why was I standing here? What was I doing? Oh well. Really? Wow. Let's just... Oh, this is like fun bonus content. Finally, I get moving somewhere. I don't know what the hell I was doing in real life, but... this is like fun bonus extra content for people who want to tolerate watching something of the walkthrough that doesn't necessarily get you farther in the game. Right now, we're just backtracking to our next point of where we have to go, which is east of Ecruteak City. And of course, last Dana, you called us back on Cianwood City Island. It is an island, right? That's something I'm not sure of. Is Cianwood connected to Johto, Maine? Is it? I'm not sure. I gotta look at a map now. Damn. But yeah, she called us back then, looking for experience. So the Steel-type Pokemon, that's, you know, the fact that they can announce new types, do you think they'd do that now? That's very interesting. And what type would they announce, you know? What? I feel as though they really have the types down. They really have the balances, the checks and balances in place. It's almost as if Steel and Dark-type were additional types to better level the playing field, I suppose. And also give other types more advantages, too. Like fighting. What did fighting have advantages over? It had advantages over rock, had advantages over normal types, and that was it, right? Yeah, that was it, as far as I can remember, or as far as I can think. So Steel types, then, gave it another super effective ability. But it's very strange to think, with all the mechanics that we have now, how it would so drastically change things if there was a new type announced. And what type would that be? It's hard to think. They have bug-type Pokemon, so you couldn't go insect. Nature type is kind of like grass type, so that wouldn't work either. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Comment below. If they were to announce another type, what type would you like them to announce? And then how would that affect the overall game of Pokemon? Oh, crazy changes, crazy changes. But back in the day, Steel and Dark types were easily finagled into the series. So I'll see you next time, guys, when we head out towards Mahogany Town.